and live, and I felt the need to tell you because I didn't know you didn't know when we went live.
Oh, hold on.
Well, I see. The thing is, I can see it on my end. Ryan can't see it on his end. I don't know why, but apparently,
It says live now.
I don't think you need to get out to get, but like it's in. It's
no. I just trust the process, David. You don't. I don't tell you how to produce anything.
Well, I don't need to trust. Ryan, I don't need to trust the process. When we're live, we're live. It doesn't matter what your phone says.
Oh, okay. It just doesn't.
I
shouldn't have to explain myself.
Ryan,
You should just trust the co-production on my end.
Well, I just need you. I just need you to be the talk, Ryan. You just got a voice.
Oh, so now I'm the talent. I love how this works. It flips off.
Well, you're like half the talent because I'm half the talent, but like I also produce. You know, it's just like one of those things. Ryan, on the show today, we are going to be talking about Bijan Robinson, the running back for the Atlanta Falcons. Apparently, he's in I wouldn't say hot water, but he did have to go on social media and apologize for some of his words during a post-game press conference after their win over the Buccaneers. Former senator, current ambassador, I believe I got that right, Mike Huckabee. I know I let you choose, but I really request we do this one last. He has an interesting take on, let's just say, current events. Assisted suicide in Illinois is becoming a thing, and we didn't really talk about this too much, but COVID, the latest COVID mRNA injection study, I think it was a Stanford study, actually, which means clearly...
Trust science.
Well, you have to trust science, Ryan. That's what I was always told. So... And then, of course, whatever you may have as well, because I know sometimes you just had some surprises, like very lively dreams or out-of-body experiences, maybe, or like very heavy calorie diets. So whatever you may add as well, Ryan. What would you like to lead the show with today?
First of all, David, it was a smart wallet that I got, and so I don't lose my wallet, but
I feel like we've had this conversation.
No, this is my first smart wallet ever, David.
I know,
never had.
I know, and you lost it a day later. Like I know we've talked about this.
I want to do the running back because I'm very curious because I've been doing the good old Bills Patriots game this week, so I did a little. I was listening to some videos about that this week. Get away from some of the other serious shit we've been talking about. Pretty nice.
Well, that's why I don't mind a Friday show every once in a while, Ryan. But here's the thing with this. I'm gonna give two lead ups to this very same story. So first things first, we're not. I know when Trump won again, everyone thought we were in the clear and the culture changed and we're all fine and dandy. But we got a ways to go. I don't want people to just give up and think Trump won, we're good. Culture's fixed. And the second thing to that is I've been telling everybody for quite some time now, and I'll continue to show people every time I see it, and I'll continue to say it. I don't care what is displayed publicly for the world to see. Peak elite athletes are not left wing. They're just not. They're not. They're like the most right wing, the highest pinnacle of male excellence. These people are high testosterone freaks. Like they grew up in, I'm sick of all these people pretending that these athletes are somehow left wing Democrats. Like it's the craziest. Nobody who follows that mindset ever gets anywhere to this level in life. They just don't. You have to be a certain type of way to get to this
disagreeable
level,
David,
right? But I was just maybe a little disagreeable for sure.
Disagreeable Jesus will be a shirt on this program at some point.
So here is Bijan Robinson after the Thursday night game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, for me, it's pretty minor, but he took to social media after to apologize.
They threw it to you in the backfield. You made the first one miss, then leg 3 people. Looked on the field. I said, "Oh, this boy threw up in the backyard." Hey, steer clear. That's what we do.
That clip's a little quiet, so if you didn't hear it, Richard Sherman says, "Man, what a great play!" Basically, paraphrasing. Man, you must have grew up in the backyard. And Bijan Robinson says, "I did. Smear the queer, smear the queer." Ryan, I don't know if you guys played that as well,
he
but
definitely played that.
I laughed fucking hard when I heard that live. Because it was very relatable to me. But of course, you can't say smear the queer, Ryan. He had to take to social media to apologize for this. Like I said, everyone thinks Trump won. The culture is good. We're good to go. We got a long ways to go. A lot of work to be done still.
Well, Dan Crenshaw's suing. I've seen some of that circulate as well, David. To go full circle here. I'm sure he wouldn't. I'm sure he was fine too.
Apparently, Dan Crenshaw and Sean Ryan are just going to do a show together now.
Oh, that's it? It's over? Cease and desist, but we can talk about it?
I don't know if the lawsuit's over, but he said, Dan Crenshaw likes to play this. We're going to go to a Dan Crenshaw thing. I can feel it already. But Dan Crenshaw likes to play this, like, tough guy. I'm a Navy SEAL bullshit. And, like, dude, I'm not, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not mocking him or whatever. Like, he was a Navy SEAL. I respect it. But, like, this, for somebody so thin-skinned, let's do it one-on-one, seal to seal. I'll do it on your show. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You were literally 24 hours ago suing this guy because you didn't like the words that came out of his mouth. But now I'm big, tough SEAL Dan Crenshaw. Shut the fuck up. Such a fake bullshit. Dude, and not for nothing, and I'm sure he saw real battle and stuff, but, like, let's not also act like there's people who go to the military who literally just... I'm just saying. I respect all of them, but, like, not all of them were in super intense combat. So it doesn't mean just because you went to the military. Dude, my friend went to the Marines. He came back, thought he was a super mega tough guy. And don't get me wrong, I respect the fuck out of him. He had an honorable discharge because he got blown off a tank with an IED. Like, don't get me wrong. But, dude, he came back, he thought he could kick my ass. I beat him. I put him to the ground in 30 seconds. Like, I'm just saying, like, just because he was in the Marines doesn't mean he's, like, instant tough guy. Just because Dan Crenshaw was in the SEALs doesn't mean he can just run around and kick everybody's ass. Like, just drop the act. Just stop.
I didn't know that he was doing the birthday party thing. I know we covered it through that.
The fucking DJ, whatever, Aoki or whatever. There's such a weird fucking
crazy
fucking flame hands, like fucking I don't fucking know, superhero shit. Fucking whatever. Flame on. Fuck off.
Oh yeah, Miss Human Torch, David. The Human Torch. Johnny Cash. Johnny Storm. Look at you. Dude, I just don't. This is. And then what we see earlier in the week even was like the speak about the infighting in the right wing and stuff. And then there's a politician suing somebody in the media that helped him and his whole party get elected.
Well, by the way, too, like, dude, like, a member of our representatives in the government is suing a podcaster for a podcaster's speech. And, like, I don't know, but, like, you could say defamation and all this shit, and I get it, but I don't know, man. Like, something about that doesn't sit well with me. Something about one of our representatives who took an oath to swear on the Constitution to protect our rights that are God-given, to then attack somebody for his God-given right that you swore an oath to protect is like, it's like the lowest shit. And then to be like, well, let's just do it on your show then. It's like, do what on his show? And it wasn't even like, man, when you talk about defamation, like, what's even the issue? Like, he talked about your birthday party that you publicly fucking sent out flyers for. Like, what? Fuck off. I'm just so sick of all these people. It's ridiculous.
The cocaine, David. The cocaine. Imagine if Congress is all coked out for like 80% of that shit.
Of course they're coked out.
just
Dude,
rail.
it's like well known that at the least, they're all raging alcoholics. Like, I don't know. And that's like the best case scenario is they're raging alcoholics.
How many DWIs do they have collectively?
Yeah, there was a thing. Wasn't there a thing like just
Yeah.
like the legal fees on like fucking
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. Silver shiver me timbers. Do you think Dan Crenshaw uses the hard R, Ryan?
Him and Morgan Wallen.
It is such a bad joke. Such a bad. Dude, the racist pirate joke is so bad. Fucking Dan Crenshaw. Fucking all he needs is a peg leg. Dude, I'm really like I honestly like, dude. I don't know the whole tough guy. I'm a Navy.
Who's
SEAL.
a racist Marine, dude? Dan
So
Crenshaw.
gay. He's the racist pirate, right?
Yeah, dude.
Because they use the hard R. It's a really bad joke. It's so stupid. Makes me laugh every time.
Dad jokes are dad jokes for a reason, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know if it can qualify as a dad joke. Like, I don't know if a hard R joke can be a dad joke.
I mean, they're like the start of dad jokes are the hard
I get a pretty daily dad joke from people I work with, and some of them are pretty fucking rough. He did one. He did one the other day. It was like, yeah, did you hear about all these people? The scientists are running around and doing these DNA mutations and cloning and stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, he didn't lead it into it like his joke. He did this big long like setup. He's like, yeah, they mixed the genetics of a crab and a cheetah, and I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, shit went sideways fast. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. The fuck, Ryan.
How old is this guy, Dave?
He's in his mid 40s, late 40s.
Oh, God almighty, dude.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Bijan Robinson, Ryan. Bijan Robinson.
Well,
I don't know. Well, what do you say? What do you say to that? Remember when he said it, like, it's just one of those things. He's just a guy. He's kind of just in his natural environment, surrounded by other dudes, and he just fucked shit. It's just what he said. It's what he says. Because you know why that's what he says? Because what he thinks. And I don't know. I'm supposed to just like watch this dude have a public apology and be like, oh, geez, I hope everyone forget. Like, this is the Dan Crenshaw. Just shut up. You're all so thin skinned. Who cares? He said, "Smear the queer." Yeah.
well, they get backed up by all these advertisements and all this shit, and that's where like it's basically the beginnings of the implementation of social credit score, right? At like a digital footprint way.
I mean, is this going to be worked into his next contract, Ryan? When he's due for a contract extension? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to dock you every time you say queer. It's like, it just...
You should open a clothing line and call it Smear the Gear.
Smear the Gear.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. It's just so... It's also gay, Ryan. I don't know. It really is. It's like, dude, people need to fucking...
It's literally gay, David. Smear the Queer.
Maybe this is part of why I, even though I'm not like her biggest fan, and I don't necessarily like agree with all the shit she says or whatever, but like this is part of why I like Candace Owens, right? Is because like it's kind of like society's so weak, and then it's Candace Owens, and it's like finally someone has balls. Unfortunately, it's a female. Like, can we get back to being serious people? Are we really all supposed to just pause, like stop everything that's going around us to like be offended by things? This is supposed to be over in the Trump administration. That was like the whole point. Trump won. The culture has changed. No, it hasn't. Get to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, people have been empowered by it, man. Isn't that the weird thing? It's like you hated it when you could. I work with a guy who wants to like kill inmates. You know, like, it costs X amount of money to keep them alive, and like, it's like, really, you're just gonna kill criminals? It's like, yeah, like, you don't want to give people that power, man. And I feel like It's
Crazy. And I've heard this. He's like not the first person who said that before. I've heard that before too from people where it's like,
he's the Jew guy. He's the Jew guy. So
yeah, where it's like, well, they did terrible things and like it costs this much to keep them there, and it's like, what? Like, what are we supposed to do? Just everything's the death penalty because it's expensive? Like, just for efficiency reasons? Like, that's where you want to save a buck is on human life? You know,
meanwhile, your family's $100,000 in credit card debt and housing debt, and you got to pay that every like.
well, and you know how this becomes slippery slope, right? Because how do they justify it? Well, we'll start with the worst people, right? We'll do the murderers, we'll do the like the pedophiles, the rapists, right? Those are all like the worst people among us, but and then it's going to be like, well, the people who stole things, and then it'll be like the people who like
People who own guns, David.
It's just you can't go down that road. You can't. It's the whole reason I'm against the death penalty. You can't go down that road. You can't just give the government that kind of power. They already have it. They already take advantage of it. They're already drone striking children. They're already fucking. You can do it. You've brought it up on the program before, but Barack Obama like signed a thing that he could like drone strike American citizens on our own soil without trial. Like, I don't know. Like, how much power do you want the government to have?
That was 3 presidents ago.
Yeah, Trump, Biden, Trump, Obama, Trump twice.
Right.
Trump won though.
Super
Culture
one.
shifted.
Suing more people are getting sued now for their speech on the internet than ever before. It was just Alex Jones before, do you remember? Because he said some shit about kids.
Well, now the
But now
FBI, now the director of the FBI, his girlfriend is running around suing people. Ryan, Dan
weird.
Crenshaw is suing people. Our own government is suing people for their speech, and I don't know. I'm supposed to pretend that Trump won, so everything's fine. These are the Trump people. Kash Patel is the Trump people. Dan Crenshaw is the Trump people.
Weird, man.
This is MAGA? This is it? This is what everyone was excited about. Really?
Yeah, Brett Cooper said to Chris Williamson that she's overall happy with everything in the Trump administration. It's like she's like, I know you don't always get what you want. She's like, but overall, I'm like generally, and she listed some things, and it's like, okay, but it's like
I can list things I liked too, but like
people are getting sued and people are getting shot and killed. I will say it again. Dr. Mike Tremont was on the program. He said the thing I'm worried about is political violence. This was his first fucking worry of the country. Charlie Kirk. That's the other thing. And then we see the juxtaposition between Dan Kershaw suing somebody and then Erica Kirk not suing Candace Owens. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's almost an interesting. I suspect maybe it just does get to that at some point, but it is interesting that of all the like, I guess
suable reasons.
Sure, like, well, I guess out of all the disdain or whatever that TPUSA may have against candidates, it is interesting that they haven't opted to go legal on this. And I don't know.
Benny Johnson is for Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yep. Now you could say that's maybe one of two things. Does TPS USA not go legal on this because, god damn it, they actually believe what they say and they're pro free speech, and fuck it, I don't like what you're saying, but you have the right to say it. That's one option. Maybe that's why. Option two, maybe they're not going legal because fuck, they really don't want to go to court. The famous thing, do you really want to go to discovery? Because what's going to come out? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it is interesting that they haven't gone legal. To my knowledge, they haven't gone legal. I at least haven't seen a story about it. And if it were to happen, I suspect I would have seen it. That'd be pretty big news.
Yeah, it'd be like super big news. And then, it goes back to Erica Kirk even saying, we shared the clip yesterday about how she makes hundreds and thousands of dollars per view and per episode and all these things. It's like, okay, if you're worried about her making money, like I'm sure there's other alternatives, but it's like when's it end? And the funny thing that the Sean Ryan thing that's a lot different, obviously, is that he said he didn't even reference Dan Kershaw by name. He just referenced like a loose story, and then he reached out and said, "Yo, dude, stop talking about me." So it is odd that those stories are both in our. It's like literal double speak, David. It's like the same. It's the same thing a different way, and neither the thing that you expect to happen isn't happening, and the thing that didn't happen happened. Or I'm sorry, the thing that's not supposed to happen, the government silencing speech for people talking, is happening. But the defamation of character that should get sued with Candace Owens isn't happening, which should happen.
Well, I guess the one you would expect would be TPUSA to sue Candace Owens.
Yes, yeah,
for sure. If
and then the government's not supposed to interfere in free speech, and then you have the literal government suing.
That is crazy. Like,
it's doublespeak. It's literal doublespeak.
Government suing individuals for defamation is fucking crazy. Like, I don't know. Is free speech there for the government? It's for individuals, right? So for individuals of the government, but the government can sue on behalf of what individuals? Like,
well, I wonder if it's like a private.
Well,
that's
it is technically, right, Ryan, because it's private, just like YouTube's a private platform. Kash Patel's girlfriend's a private individual, Ryan. Dan Crenshaw is also a private individual. He just happens to work for the government. This is all. It's all so fucking obvious. It's so annoying too. Like, YouTube's it's a private company. They can censor people if they want to. Yeah, but there were portals to the government, and the government was telling them who to censor. Yeah, but YouTube is you're missing the very obvious connection, which is the government told the private company what to do. The government's, I guarantee, telling the private individuals who to sue. The government's in control of everything, and people they're just smart enough to know how to get around the technicalities of free speech. They want to censor people. The government doesn't want you talking. The government wants to shut people up. The government ran Edward Snowden to other countries because he was getting a little too mouthy with all the things they were doing.
He ran to Russia, David, coincidentally.
Yeah, surely Russia, Ryan, is running around attacking Europe and all Western ideology, so it must be very unsafe there for Edward Snowden. What a fucking joke.
Yo, waging war on Europe's crazy. They said they were a broke military and that he's the richest man on earth. Like, I don't know, dude.
Ron, I sent you the screenshot. We never really got a chance to talk about it, but I want to make sure I got this right. I'm pretty sure it was Stanford. Maybe it wasn't Stanford. The Telegraph put out an article. It was how COVID vaccines can cause heart damage. Immune systems triggered by mRNA jabs may inflame cardiac cells with younger men most at risk, scientists find. COVID mRNA vaccines can cause heart damage by triggering immune cells to go on the attack. Scientists have found more than 2,000 people in Britain suffered inflammation of the heart, myocarditis, or heart lining, pericarditis, following vaccination with young men particularly vulnerable. The majority of cardiac problems were caused by mRNA jabs such as Pfizer, Moderna, which delivered the blueprint of the COVID spike protein cells. Now, Stanford University has found that the immune system can lock onto the foreign RNA from the vaccine, which triggers a fierce response and in some cases inflames the heart cells. It's likely to be a problem with other mRNA jabs in the future. When is it trust the science, and when is it you're a conspiracy theorist?
Well, it's a bioweapon. I mean, that clear as day. It's in, they're jacking with your genetics.
Well, it's impossible, Ryan. They had long-term studies. Neil deGrasse Tyson was on PBD to tell everyone about it.
Yeah, a guy that is ran and orchestrated by the government, the masters of manipulation.
He's a private individual, right?
Private individual that just happens to know some science that may not be verified by the very science that contradicts it.
He's a science hobbyist, private individual. Definitely has never spoken with anyone in the government.
Definitely not trained in psychological warfare at high levels of CIA operation.
I love a little bit of time. I like a little bit of time, Ryan. 5 years? Are we 5 years since COVID now?
Yeah.
everyone just think back. Every time we do a story like this, everyone just put yourself in the time machine, go 5 years back, because you'd be a fucking crazy conspiracy theorist if you said this. Trust me, we did, and we were. And then 5 years passes, and now Stanford University does studies that's like, well, yeah, it does this. And I feel like I was fairly consistent the whole time. I said, listen, the COVID vaccination, here's the deal. The problem I have is everyone ran around, they lied, let's be clear, and said that it's safe, effective, it'll stop other people from getting the virus, and it's the only way it'll be a dark winter of the unvaccinated and all this fucking shit, which should be defamation, of course. And
just defamated on all of the Americans that don't have vaccines, and a death threat.
Yeah, they said all these things about us. They said we're conspiracy theorists, and the whole time I'm just saying, like, listen, give people all of the correct information, and then let them make the decision for themselves. The mandatory vaccination, I can't get on board with. Running around telling everybody that you can't get it, you can't spread it if you're vaccinated. I knew that was going to be bullshit, because it's not that way with other vaccines. If you get vaccinated, you can still be asymptomatic, get the flu, and your immune system is going to take care of the flu. But guess what? You're still carrying the flu. You can still transmit the virus. It's why would they think, if they did think, that COVID would be different than any other virus? Of course they didn't think differently. They knew the answer. They lied to you. So run around, tell everybody all the correct information, and let people make the decision for themselves. And if they chose to get vaccinated, then fine. If people like myself and Ryan chose not to get vaccinated, then fine. But to lie to everyone, force them to take it, call people like myself and Ryan conspiracy theorists for not taking it, these are very different discussions that we're having. Trust the science, trust the science, trust the science. 5 years later, now the science says, oh, Dave and Ryan were correct. But don't worry, journalists like Chris Cuomo were not asking questions, because, of course, Ryan...
On what basis?
On what basis would they ask questions? I don't know. Ask Candace Owens on what basis you ask questions as a journalist.
Well, you do not want to ask certain questions, David, because then you get sued for defamation. Oh, wait, she's not getting sued for defamation of character.
You don't want to ask certain questions because what? Because you're
no
afraid.
friends?
Because you're afraid. Because you're told not to. Because you go along with the program.
Crazy, ain't it?
This is why it is crazy. It's super crazy. But this is why it's so important that when you're picking, when you're choosing, when you've decided that you're watching certain people, and I'm never going to talk anybody out of watching anybody. If you want to go watch Ben Shapiro, go for it. I think he's a bitch, but if you want to watch him, go for it. But it's so important that when you choose who you're watching to, that you understand that courage to say the inconvenient thing has more power than the highly intelligent individuals who say the wrong thing, right? Like, well, I like this guy because he's very intelligent. He knows all the facts, right? Okay, great. But like, when the shit hits the fan, where's your guy at? He's hiding. He's tucking his tail. He's running.
He's telling you to get a vaccine because his wife's stuck.
Get a rope. You're under the impression we didn't vaccinate you.
That's a good point.
I'm sure they snuck it in a few different ways. I wish I should get a test. I guarantee when they were testing everybody who's sticking those Q-tips up there was a little bit of something on there. That's why they had to shove it in your fucking brain hole. That was crazy. Did you ever get one of those things shoved up your dude? It's
three or four times.
It's in your actual brain when they shove it in. It's like the craziest. Like, get out of my head.
There's a thing the Egyptians used to poke you in the brain to retard you. Is that conspiracy theory, Dave?
That's of course it's conspiracy theory. They didn't have that kind of technology, right?
Well, they could just pick the brain out through the nose.
Illinois, this is one of those subjects. We talked about it in Canada, and it's one of those things where I'm not I'm not saying I'm against a terminally ill person choosing to take some kind of way out, right? It's not the same as abortion. This is a person who's a grown adult who's making their own decision for literally their own body in this case, unlike abortion where you're making a decision for someone else's body. And it's one of those things where I'm not necessarily against it on the whole, but there's something. What was the term? What was the term? Ick gives me the ick. There's something
Yes.
about assisted suicide that gives me the ick, and I can't necessarily put my finger on it.
It's Hunger Game shit, dude.
There's just something there that I don't like. Like I get it. You're terminally ill. You're gonna die anyway. It's a peaceful way to go. You're making a decision for yourself and no one else. Like I get all this. I get all the. It's fine. It's fine, I guess. But there's like something there that's like I don't like it. I don't like assisted suicide. I don't know what it is. I can't make a clear, coherent argument against it. I'll be the first to admit that I don't think I could put like a good debate together against it. But I don't like it. I don't know. It's like a gut feeling. It's a ick. It's the ick, Ryan. I get the ick. Something about it I don't like.
I don't want to give the government power to kill anybody ever.
Even with your own consent, Ryan?
How's it your consent, Dave?
Well, because you're telling them you want to do it.
Why don't you just buy a gun and shoot yourself in the fucking head?
What if
Why do you need assisted suicide? Just fucking do it violent, like men of old.
You could. Or just take a shitload of sleeping pills. Drop a toaster in the bathtub. Hang yourself to the rope.
Doesn't work anymore.
Why?
Because there's ground fault breakers, David, that would pop it in your house.
What if it's like an old house? What if it's knob and tube wiring? Right?
I'm not going to self-incriminate on the internet. Dude. If you're wondering, you take the white wire and you tie it to the
black wire. No, green wire. Ryan.
Grounds and neutrals are the same, David, if you try hard enough. Get a rope actually fuck with me there for a minute. I was thinking about, I know we're segueing now back to a topic, but the person that I thought I got COVID from was vaccinated. Maybe I didn't get COVID. I got the vaccine through like air particle. And that went out. Yeah, transvax. Yeah. Respiration vax. Like, because we shared a space, like we were talking and close and the 5 to 6 rule. And when the vaccine lifted, they had that back. So they had the technology. Dude, I mean, everything's living in our body, right? So it's not like there's dead cells. So like, did they like nano warfare us, dude?
Would you? Well, I know what you would think, but like, would you think that's not possible?
Oh, I'm not saying if it's possible. Did they?
I don't know. They were going to do
I know it's possible.
And mosquitoes to vaccinate people, Ryan.
I mean, just within a mile radius of this entire area, David. It's better than them just dumping the fucking mosquito kill in the air,
The fact that they even like designed the fake mosquito to vaccinate people is fucking crazy. Well, they were doing the other thing too. They were doing it like
they would genetically modify the mosquito,
the actual physical mosquito. Yeah, like a real mosquito. Yeah, that's fucking madness, dude. They genetically modified. This is real insects to vaccinate you when they bit you, which is like the fucking absolute madness. Because, well, many
mind
reasons.
You, when the terrorists did that to us with anthrax in the mail back in 9/11, that was called biological warfare. Our government does it to us, our like citizens and civilians, and they call it like healthcare, I guess, health insurance.
It's healthcare, man.
And then when you're all fat and they're all jacked, like, how are you so jacked, RFK? But you work in the government. You're like, I like cocaine and TRT.
I snort TRT through a $2 bill. He's do you see the thing of him doing pull-ups in the airport with someone else? And somebody retweeted and they're like, this is embarrassing. I can't believe our government does this. Like, dude, there's fat people in our government. You want to talk about embarrassing?
Just doing my duty.
There's There's fat people in government who are telling us what to do. It's like you can't even tell yourself to go on a treadmill. Like, there's no way. I don't want to like mock fat people just for being fat, but like you have to understand that someone who is, and I'm not talking like slightly over. I'm talking about like fucking 400 pounds obese, like grossly fat. There is a weak mindset there that should disqualify you from government. I'm not saying fat people can't be in government, but I am saying be weary of ridiculously fat people in government, because to be ridiculously fat, it requires that you are a weak person. I know people will hate I said that, but the 100% that's true.
Yeah, I asked somebody once if they would buy a car off a fat person for like a jack salesman. Like, who are they more likely to buy a car off? Why wouldn't government be any different? You'd think, I mean, let's be honest, like, the best people don't get in those positions. Now, best people is like the most qualified and
Well,
could
best
be
people by
fit.
our standards, no.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's just like friends of friends. You know, that's like the ultimate popularity contest, as
See, I don't
Rogue
know.
also.
I don't know if Get a Rope's right here. He said our tinfoil hat won't protect us against nano robots. I don't think that's true. I literally wore a tinfoil hat on this program before, and I'm pretty sure it protected me. I
I'm not
felt
saying I'm not saying they did nanorobots. I'm completely saying they 100% have the capacity, and if not, they have the idea. So when they get the capacity, they will do it. But are you cracking this?
I want to make sure. I want to make sure I have this somewhat right here, because I swear to God, was it genetically modified or was it literal robot mosquitoes? One of the two is 100% true, and I don't remember which it was.
Yeah, it was the one they would give the vaccine in the. It was for like malaria or something.
Bill Gates has funded biological mosquito control. Gates' real involvement is through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which invests in genetically modified or bacteria-infested mosquitoes to fight diseases like malaria, dengue, and Zika, not spread them. They're living insects, blah, 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 blah. The World Mosquito Program, mosquitoes bred with Wolbachia bacteria, which blocks virus transmission. Factory in Colombia produces 30 million per week for release.
Holy fuck, dude!
Oxitec GM mosquitoes, male Aedes mosquitoes engineered with a self-limiting gene. Offspring die before adulthood. Released in Florida, Texas. That's to crash the local populations of dengue or Zika. Vector Cam AI tool, smartphone app using AI to ID mosquitoes, species, sex, reproductive status via camera. 90% accuracy. Dude, 90% accuracy. My phone camera through an app can tell the sex of a mosquito? Do you know how fucking crazy that is? I can't be the only one fucking shocked. That's madness. Do you know how hard it is to sex a mosquito?
Well, 90% accuracy is pretty good, David.
90% is
Did it say what's it
crazy.
got like a? Does it pick up the fucking QR code on the fucking mosquito's ass when it's genetically altered?
90%. My phone can within 90% tell me if a mosquito is male or female through an app using AI, which of course can't be regulated by the states, Ryan. Of course, thanks to Big Daddy Trump, that everyone wants to
It's a
celebrate.
federal AI for 50 years.
Brett Cooper, yeah, I kind of like what he's doing. Really? Do you? You like when the states don't have any powers? You just like when it's all through the federal government, Brett Cooper? Do you? Are you sure you left Daily Wire? I barely know her. I don't. Whatever. She might be cool. I have no idea. I just don't know if I agree that I mostly like what Trump has done. I don't know if I have. Like, I could point to a few things for sure here and there. I don't know if I
I
can
think I
say
have a problem with people that don't have a regular job talk about politics at some point because, like, it's not that the average person can't be swayed or something, but I don't know. When you live around among real people, they have different worries than Brett Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at some point, like, you're at a level where you're like, I think you kind of empathize with the peasants, Ryan. Whereas, um, it's different than being a peasant. It's very, very different.
Yeah, it's weird.
You pretend to understand what they're going through, or you try to understand what they're going through.
Or you
But
got to
don't-
remember, you got to like put yourself back
yeah,
when you were 15.
yeah, like AOC. I was a bartender. All right, cool story, AOC. But now you take fucking $100,000 vacations in fucking Cabo or wherever the fuck she was. Like, okay, Crenshaw, but you're doing fucking $1 million parties with DJs. Like, I, I don't know. Like, am I supposed to really think you understand like the will of the people, or even care? Even if you do understand it, do you care? Do you actually care about the will of the people? Really?
Yeah, I'm sure the will of the people wants to get sued for an opinion.
I kind of like what he's doing. Really? You like that he covered up the Epstein files for a year, continuing to cover it up? That was his Justice Department that did it. But yeah, yes, Biden's Justice Department did it. The difference is the expectation. Ryan, me and you completely expect Obama and Biden to cover up for the Epstein files. But Trump was the one who set the expectation. He said, I'm going to release the Epstein files. And then he took office. Everyone talked about how horrible they were, the horrific things that were in there. Pam Bondi said they were on her desk. She said there were tens of thousands of hours of videos that were devastating. And then they blocked it. And then they released it and well, or technically are going to be releasing it, of course, Ryan. But I mean, you're just going to be getting page after page after page of just black lines, completely redacted files. Like, is that really what you were hoping for, Brett Cooper? That's what you were wishing for?
Well, maybe she doesn't want to get sued, David.
I have a clip from Mike Huckabee, and we can, go into a little bit on this. And I don't know, like, is this Brett Cooper? Is this the Trump administration you were hoping for? I'm really curious about people who are like full on Team Trump. This is why, like, Ryan, you and myself were always kind of like Trump defenders. Like, when he got attacked unfairly, we're like, whoa, come on, like, this isn't right. But at the same time, like, he's still open to being attacked. Like, if you set an expectation and don't follow through on it, we're going to attack. Like, 100%, I'm calling you out every time.
Yep.
That's different than I don't like the foul language he uses. I don't like that he uses dirty words. Shut up. Nobody cares about. That's the one thing I like about him. That he calls fat reporters piggy. That's hilarious. That's the only thing about Trump I like right now. That's funny. The fact people are driving past Tim Wall's house, honking and shouting retard. That's the only reason I like Trump right now. That's fucking hilarious. Tim Walz is a retard.
There's something wrong with him and he was retarded. Do you want to repeat that? Yeah, he's retarded.
That's hilarious. He's retarded. I love that. That's great. But this kind of stuff that I'm about to play here, this is not the stuff that I love from Trump. The hiding Epstein files I don't love from Trump. This is what I'm this is awful.
Was Israel's attack on Qatar?
I pulled a Ryan. I paused it 3 seconds into the video. Does anyone watching this even know that Israel attacked Qatar? I don't know if it's supposed to be Qatar. I don't know, but it looks like fucking Qatar to me. Did anyone even know that Israel attacked Qatar? Am I the only one that was shocked to figure this out?
No, maybe there's Islamic extremists and You know,
Well, it's Qatar, of course. There's Muslims there, right?
Without cause or merit. Well, let's be real clear. There's been some talk that Israel attacked the country of Qatar. It did not. It did, in fact, send a missile to attack a terrorist who had been partly responsible for the murder of Israeli citizens, but it did not attack the country. There
interesting.
was one missile. It was aimed at one person. Now,
Yo, pause it.
unfortunately, there were
They're so good with missiles, they can just send it to kill one person. Crazy.
Has anyone
One missile, one person. We have a missile per person.
Now, I recall, this is actually the first thing I said when I reposted this video, is I've been paying attention to politics for a long time. I legitimately, and I'm saying it's never happened before, but I legitimately cannot recall any time in previous history that I remember where one country fired an entire missile for one individual. It probably has happened. I'll put that out there. It's probably happened. I've just never seen it,
One
and
missile.
I don't remember that ever
It was
happening.
one missile and one person, David.
Like, dude, could you imagine? Listen, and by the way, I'm not defending the guy if he's a terrorist and he killed a fucking bunch of people. Fuck him. But we're gonna get into more of why this is bad. It's just crazy to me that you would shoot a whole missile at one person. Like, has anyone seen a missile before? We've seen missiles, right? We're shooting a missile. Was it signed by Nikki Haley? Like, this is crazy.
some people who were near that missile strike that were injured or killed from it. But that was not an attack on the nation of Qatar.
Ask people in Qatar if they think that was an attack on them. Maybe you don't care about their opinions. I get it. But we have to learn to do this as people, where we see through the eyes of someone else. It's like the most powerful thing you can do as a person. I'm becoming more aware of this as I get older and as I pay more attention. But like, I think that's the most powerful thing we can do as a person is see the argument through someone else. Because right now we're telling the world, no, Israel didn't attack Qatar. They just used one missile on one person in Qatar. Unfortunately, that missile, turns out missiles are really big explosions and it happened to kill or injure other people. But it wasn't intended for Qatar, just that one guy. But you have to look through the eyes of people in Qatar and say, if a country struck my country with a missile, how
or a
much
plane.
Yeah, and people died or were injured. How much do I care that they only wanted to kill one guy?
9/11 was about two people in an office building, David.
Yeah, there was just one guy in that office. Well, there was one guy, to be fair. There was
one guy,
in
one
each
plane.
building.
One guy.
Yeah, there was one guy in
Well,
each
building
building.
7, no plane,
Yeah,
no
like
building,
it wasn't.
no guy.
Yeah, this wasn't an attack on the United States. There was just one guy in each building that they really wanted to take out, so they attacked him with one plane each. But it wasn't an attack on America. We're so sorry that other people died. Like, we would be like, fuck you. No way. No way. Fuck you. I'm going to invade your country. This is stupid. You fucking flew planes into my buildings. I'm going to kill you. In fact, I'm going to invade the wrong country too. How's that? Does that feel
I'm
good?
gonna invade all the wrong countries.
Even though all the licenses that I found, all the information, the documents, the passports, all the pieces of paper that survived a plane crash, a fiery explosion,
And a building
terrorist.
explosion.
Yeah, the black box didn't survive. There's no people left. The parts of the plane are gone. But the fucking passport and the driver's license, we have those. Those were all Saudis. We're going to go after Afghanistan, Iraq, maybe Iran later. Definitely Libya, Syria, all these people that happen to be listed in documents from decades ago. No, this is just one missile. It was aimed at one guy, and I'm so sorry that it happened to also kill people, but we weren't really aiming for you.
If that's the new standard, then the United States must apologize for going after Osama bin Laden while he was in Pakistan being protected by the Pakistanis. Once again, we can't apply a different standard to Israel than we do to every other nation.
I agree. That's the only part of this I agree about. We can't, but that's the thing. Mike, can I call you Mike Huckabee? That's
Mr.
the
B.
thing. We don't do that now. Right now, we apply a different standard to everybody else than ourselves, than to Israel. We apply completely different standards. Again, if terrorists flew planes into our buildings and said they were just trying to kill one individual, we would not accept that. We wouldn't. We would tell you to get fucked, as we should.
Makes 9/11 sound way less serious.
Yeah, there's just two guys. They just really, like, those guys really must have been
Imagine
assholes.
if 9/11 happened now. I'd be like, well, in his defense, the building reminded him of how many genders there were, and you can't have just two genders.
It was
Like, all right, so
very
makes sense.
offensive. Very offensive buildings.
Crazy.
I just are we serious? Are we serious people? Are we serious? Are we really supposed to believe this too? Like we fired one missile at one person. Like I honestly, as ridiculous as all of it is, like I'm just gonna flat out reject the premise that they fired a missile at one individual.
Yeah, I think they fire at least more than one or two, right? Because some of them are duds; they don't go off.
Well, I don't like if you're trying to kill one guy. Is that the technique you're gonna use, or you're gonna send a missile? Dude, do you remember the story we did where
Russia sniped the guy?
yeah, Russia used satellites in space to identify a target to
Space
snipe
assassination.
him next to his girlfriend on the couch or wife or whatever. He was next to his wife on the couch. He was shot from fucking space. And that's how accurate it was. It shot just fucking him.
Oh my god!
And that was Russia, who has 1980s technology, of course, Ryan. That's why they can't.
Sure,
but super good technology at the same time that they're going to invade all of Europe. But we have to fire a whole missile at one guy. Was Qatar booby trapped? We had to fucking annihilate the whole city. Is this where is this where we're going? Venezuela.
Women and
probably.
children were armed as well.
Better take out Venezuela. It's booby trapped.
Booby trapped.
It was we weren't trying to annihilate all of Venezuela. It was just the one guy there.
The one guy had all the cocaine, so we had well, we don't want to bomb Tokyo because that would kill too many people. So we'll just bomb Nagasaki, bunch of farmers. Yeah.
We had the two A bombs. We were really just aiming for two people. Maybe we overshot our target just a little bit.
The one China policy, David, was only looking for the one.
I just. The funny thing is too, if you search this up, I just searched out. Have we ever used a missile to shoot at one target before? And it's saying yes, but then it's giving we shot a Tomahawk missile at the whole Iraqi radar site. No, one person. Maybe I should have changed one target to one person.
One bullet, one person. One missile, one person.
At one car, nope. Yeah, no. I just, and again, maybe it has happened in the past, but dude, that to me seems like we got to have better ways to take out one target than an entire missile.
It's crazy, dude. Dave, so I got a smart wallet.
You're another one.
Yes, I lost the last one.
But then it wasn't very smart.
Is it the smart of the wallet or the user?
I'm just saying my wallet's metal and I haven't lost it.
Well, I don't really. Touche. One thing I've constantly lost is the wallet, David. Tap to pay has not made that any easier.
Tap to pay isn't. Wait, what does tap to pay have to do with it?
I don't ever carry my wallet.
Oh, because it's on your phone. You tap to pay with your phone with Apple Wallet or whatever the fuck.
Yes, with Ryan Coin. with Ryan Coin, David.
Okay. Is Ryan Coin down like all the other crypto?
I don't know. Yeah, it's exclusively my crypto coin through my crypto bank.
Good time to buy then.
Super good. So I went to Tim Hortons the other day, David, and they're just rounding up the penny.
Yes.
Like if it's 281, they'll take it to 285 unless you have the penny.
Well, I do recall being in math, and in that scenario, you should round down.
They're rounding up, Dave.
Of course.
Tax is a flat dollar now.
Wait, whoa, hold on. I get it. Like, I understand why, but, like, it just happened to so conveniently change the tax rate. Wow, oops, got rid of all the change. I guess your tax is higher. Like, get fucked. Fuck off.
It's weird how fast it happened, too. Like a guy was giving a woman
Roll out of
change.
pennies.
Yeah, it's weird. But like, yeah, they're just too expensive to make. It's like
Hold
maybe
on.
the penny wasn't around because they were price effective.
Hold on, because my opinion on this, without any knowledge, and
It's allowing you to make a tenth of a penny, a tenth of a dollar.
I'm grokking it right now, but there has to be so many fucking pennies in circulation. There's no way we're gonna run out, and they would keep circulating. So, like, unless everybody loses all the like, you're not running out of pennies. We'll never run out of pennies. This is stupid. Let me see. As of December 2025, the U.S. penny, 1 cent coin, is no longer being produced for circulation. The U.S. mint stock, its final batch on November 12, 2025, ending over 230 years of minting pennies. So 230 years we minted pennies, and we're going to run out now because we just stopped a month ago.
Does that mean the penny died?
But they're still legal tender, so your jar full of them hasn't turned into junk yet. The big question is how many are out there. The number. Estimates vary slightly, of course. Get out of here. Why am I getting ads? Get your fucking ads out of here. The estimates vary slightly across sources, but the most recent and official figure in from the U.S. Mint themselves put it at approximately 300 billion pennies are in circulation. This is enough to fill a cube 13 stories tall or outweigh the stars in the Milky Way. What? There's no way. There's enough pennies in the United States to outweigh all of the stars in the Milky Way? That's fucking crazy.
How the fuck did they build those pyramids, dude?
Excuse me? The value, $3 billion in pennies.
$3 billion in pennies.
Yeah.
Just gonna run out, huh?
3 billion.
There's no recall of the pennies. The pennies will fade naturally as they're lost, melted illegally, mind you, or rounded away in cash deals. Canada ditched theirs in 2012. Only half got returned in year one, and they're still floating around. Yeah, there's 300 billion pennies in circulation, but now everything has to be rounded up because, oops, we're going to run out. You're never running out of pennies. This is fucking madness.
People just don't function.
It's crazy. They're literally taking physical money from you.
Well, yes, for sure.
What happens when the nickel will go to the dime will go to the border? It'll just all be away.
$half. Everything will be in $half.
Just be a buck for everything. You got to breathe the.
Well, why even have physical bills, Ryan? Just fucking get rid of all of it. Everything can be digital.
Well, then you can tax me by the second, David.
Sure, you can see my amount of money happen live, and don't fool yourself in thinking that's not the ultimate goal. Like, that's not going to eventually be. And I'm not saying necessarily it's going to be in our lifetime, but you better believe money's going away.
It's already gone away. They stopped something that they did for 230 something years in America in my lifetime.
Well, I'm saying all money will be gone. There will be no
$5
bills, $100 bills.
I agree with
it will
you.
be gone.
I agree with you.
We have the technology to make it digital. They're going to make it digital. It's a fiat system anyway. The fucking dollar bill is just fucking. It's just a fucking piece of paper that's green and black and what, like it's fucking worthless. It might as well be numbers on a page. It doesn't matter.
Numbers go on a screen.
But conveniently, they're going to have, of course, all of your mandatory government ID apps or fucking ID recognition apps like England's doing. That's going to come to everybody. Sure, that can tie to your bank account, your social credit score. They'll know it'll all be on a very convenient app, so we can all see together where we work, what we do, our criminal charges, right?
Our
What
political party we
our
vote for.
political party, what we said on social media last Tuesday. Don't think all of these things are not coming.
Oh, I'm gonna come, David. I'm gonna come. And shit all over them systems. You know, that was like the whole point of filming, was to like throw it back in their face. And we're coming full circle here. So I don't know. What else can you say? Fuck them. Dave Ryan, December 17th, 73. Catch us on Rumble for the only podcast in human history. As always, David, I appreciate you the most. I'll see everybody soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks.